ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं तेन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः. Hare Krishna. Happy Janmashtami. Today we will just discuss a very short class on 2-3 very simple pastimes, and as the default we'll have philosophy discussion on philosophy. Here this is a very important shloka. This is the key how to invite Krishna into our heart. So this shloka gives a key for understanding that. That's why I took this shloka. This is the situation when Vasudev, after he saved Devaki from Kamsa's hand, he goes back and the first child of Vasudev is born. Now Vasudev is taking the child to Kamsa. That is the time he says this shloka. Kim dussaham no sadhuna vidusham kim apekshitam kim akaryam krandayana duschadam kim dhritatmanam. He says, what is painful for saintly persons who strictly adhere to the truth? How could there not be independence for pure devotees who know that Supreme Lord as a substance? What deeds are forbidden for person of lowest character, and what cannot be given up for the sake of Lord Krishna, by whose by those who have fully surrendered at his lotus feet? So all are question marks only. We'll come to this verse in detail, and before that, just few introduction to make us understand. And especially Janmashtami, we need to get that experience. We have to stay in that environment, and we have to stay till 12 o'clock, attend the Abhishekam to get that experience, that feeling that Krishna is going to appear. That we all are doing every year. That is one thing. Now, one important thing is for us to understand Krishna is difficult. Even Krishna cannot understand himself because he is unlimited, he is God. And we had many sessions on this in the afternoon times. We had the sessions on how Krishna is Ashray Tattva, how Krishna is Paramasatya, how Krishna is Akila Rasamurthamurti, how Krishna is Swayam Bhagavan. We had different discussions on this different topics in the afternoon sessions for Janmashtami. In that we could understand that how Krishna cannot be understood so easily because he's a different nature only. Now, to the degree we have purity in the heart, to the degree we have intensity, we'll be able to understand Krishna. And there are many theories and there are different aspects of absolute truth. We have seen how he is the highest understanding of absolute truth, Paramasatya. Right. Now people they read different principles and suddenly they began to look. First thing is when Krishna gave Bhagavad Gita, he explained most fundamental things, the universal principles on which the whole world is based on. Now when we go through Bhagavad Gita, then what happens? Suddenly, by reading these principles, we start looking at the world in a different way, and we see there is a new world which has meaning in it, and the meaningfulness, because presently everything looks chaotic, But if when you look through Bhagavad Gita, then we can see a meaning in this world. There is a life, proper life, which everything is based upon. And more important is, we can see that whole world, everything is connected to each other. There are strict laws that are applied, and above all, there is some Supreme Lord. This is what we understand. And Krishna himself says, Matta Parataram Nanyat. There is no truth above me. But nobody can fully understand who is Krishna. Now, in order to understand who is he, people go in search for him. This is what we all have to do. When I was about to join ashram, I was little uh, very uh, very fearful, little fearful. I was thinking, oh, and more important, I was supposed to go to Pune, and I didn't like it because it is cold there, and I like Hyderabad. I was thinking, oh, I have to go to Pune. Then I thought, Arey, for Krishna, we should go till Himalayas. In previous ages, they were going to Himalayas and staying in the caves to know who is Krishna. That much hard work you have to do. You are at least going to a city only. You are not going to Himalayas. Then I said, yeah, compared to that, this is better. So let me go. The point is, the meaning of life is to find the truth about God. And when we chant, previously the way to find is people were chanting the mantra Om. The meaning of mantra Om, this is very important to understand. The meaning of life is fine. Now this mantra Om, the simple meaning is yes. That's all. Om means yes. Now what is this yes means? To understand the depth of this yes, one life is not sufficient. Even though the word is yes only, but the depth is more. Yes means what they are looking for. Like this mantra is like very mystical sound. It is the sound is also infinity. It is saying yes, but it is infinity. Why I'm telling this Om, you'll understand very just. Now one simple understanding of S means there is a positive attitude towards this world. That's why it is yes. The thing why Janmashtami Om is discussed, because it has a very deep meaning. When we say Om, that means we say yes. Oneness is a positive attitudes towards the world, and yes to so many things that are happening in our life. But more important, yes is yes, there is truth. Yes, there is truth. This is what is Om means. One of the most important meaning. If there is truth, then there should be eternity. And if there is eternity, then there should be God. And if there is God, there should be love. So I'll repeat. Om means yes. Yes means yes, there is truth. Truth means there should be, if there is truth means there should be eternity. If there is eternity means there should be God. If there is God means there should be love. This is the way we understand. Now, this is the final highest sense of the word Om. This is what means. Yes, there is amazing, infinite, absolutely pure love. And we are all looking for that love. All people, they try to get love. Through some people, they are looking, they try to get love from money, they try to get love from so many other things. They try to get love for gold, money, and so many facility, gadgets, mobiles, and all. When man is looking for mm, happiness and ultimate, complete, unconditional happiness to a person i- uh, is only love. That's what he needs. And Vedas also says that this whole world came from the sound Om, and it is all basis of eternity, unalloyed, pure love. And Krishna, he is the personification of love. That's how we connect, right? We all need love, and that connection, the personification of love is Krishna. And when Krishna appeared, he cried in a very special way. Now, Srimad Bhagavatam is a book which is talking about love. That's all. You go very deeply. Dharma projita kaitavotra paramo nirmatsaranam satam. It is not, it is dharma projita. It is just all the cheating things. Dharma, artha, kama, moksha removed. Kaitavatra paramo nirmatsaranam satam. It is talking where there is completely selflessness. There is no envy. Nirmatsaranam satam. And also nigama karpataror galitam phalam sukamukad amrita dravya samatam pibata bhagavatam rasamalayam. This is talking about the highest rasa, that is love. The whole Bhagavatam, these are the first, second, and third shlokas only. First shloka tells about absolute truth. Second and third shloka, second shloka is telling this is the highest dharma, that is love. And then third shloka is talking about rasa. So first three shlokas only. It is telling that this book, Bhagavatam, is a book for love. And another important thing is this book is also telling to what extent love can reach. That is Bhagavatam. Now, when we say Om, we affirm that there is love. Yes, there is love. And that we have not even, there is such a love that we cannot even dream also. Because love that does not have beginning, that does not have end, it is a completely different state of consciousness. It is a state of eternity. Now, any love is based. Now, the important point starts here. This is the secret. Now, we have established that we all need love, and that is the purpose of life. To find the Lord, we discussed that Om means yes. Yes means there is eternity. There is, if there is truth, there is eternity, then there is Lord. Lord means love. And we all need to search for that. And how to get that love? And that love is Krishna only. That means we all need whom? Krishna. That's what George Harrison writes in the beginning. Now, this shloka why we have taken, because it starts from here. Now, for any love, it is based on sacrifice. This is the main point, and this is what we need to understand at the end of our lecture. That love is based on sacrifice. We all need love. It is based on sacrifice. Now, all people have experience of love. Some experience is there, and all people are seeking for love only. Like this Radha Gopinath Prabhu gives this example that there are nobody in this world, only you are there. All facilities are there, and nobody is there in this world. And suddenly one bird comes and sits on your hand, and you want to give all wealth for the bird because nobody is there. You want to relate because person is looking for relationships. Now Vedas explain that relationship is built on sacrifice. That's all. We need relationship, we need love, and it is based on sacrifice. True love means sacrifice. True love is unthinkable without sacrifice. And if you say just love, it is some cheap word. And nowadays there is another American word which is famous, making love. We cannot make love. Love is a state when a person wants to give everything. It's a state of consciousness where you want to give. It's not making, you have to give. That is love. Love is based on sacrifice. Say example, like a mother, she's staying whole night and she does not sleep. The fact that mother is ready to sacrifice everything, her own personal needs, life for the sake of her child, and more she does, the deeper her love becomes. And this is any place with friends and all, there should be sacrifice. Now, interestingly, the greatest religion of this world, Christianity, it shows to the extent to which a people can sacrifice himself. We say that for the sake of God, for the sake of love, and for the sake of others, 2000 years back, in Jerusalem on Bal Mountain, Kalavari, Jesus Christ sacrificed his life. And this sacrifice was based on endless number of new sacrifices that people are made in order to love. Now, important is more than that sacrifice, what they say about Jesus, the greatest sacrifice on which love is based is described in Bhagavatam, which is much more greater than what is shown by Jesus also, because this is a higher degree of love. Bhagavatam is a book of love. It is showing what is the highest degree of love that is possible for a living entity. There is a difference. This is just sacrifice. But this sacrifice is much more because Bhagavatam is book of love. Now, to the extent to which love and reciprocation of love and what it can reach, this is highest. Like now, this shloka, which Vasudeva we are reading. Now, Vasudeva who is preparing to become the father of God. What made him qualified to become the father of God? Two cases, Vasudeva and Devaki, both we will read. Now, how he is preparing himself when and to have Krishna to appear through him. Means Vasudeva should be qualified. What is his qualification? To bring Lord through him to this world. So Krishna choose Vasudeva to enter into this world. And what is Vasudeva's qualification? Then we can also try for it. At least we should know what is the qualification to make Krishna appear. And in a then we are all looking, we also want Krishna to appear in our heart. Now Vasudeva is also trying to do some same thing. He also wants Krishna to appear. So it's a same process we are also in. Now Vasudeva, in order to find God, now what is the situation now? His first child is born. Now generally fathers are attached to the first child. And he is born, and now the newborn child, and he has to take this child to Kamsa, about whom he is very clear that no doubt he will kill my child. He says, no, what vileness does a low man know? Then he feels that, array, this how a sadhu cannot tolerate anything. A sadhu can tolerate anything. He can endure anything. He thinks to himself, in front of him, this little baby is there, and I am taking this baby, and this baby will surely be killed by Kamsa. And he thinks, I am devoted to God. This means that I must follow the path of holiness. That means I have to bear this pain because I promised that I will bring my child to him. And then he gets some hope. Maybe he will take pity on my child and he may leave him. He may say, because the eighth child is the one who is going to kill me. First child, you take it back. And Kamsa does also first time. But later on, his friends and Narada Muni also comes and he also puts some fuel in the mentality of Kamsa. And then comes that time. This is very important what Basdev is thinking. That he becomes a little sober and he says, most important thing, no matter how, whatever happens, that I am ready to go through this. He says that, okay, is there anything in this world that a person could not refuse in order to find God? Please listen. This is the statement Vasdev feels. Is there anything in this world that a person could not refuse in order to find God? So this is the question he asks himself. In other words, he explains the secret of how a person can come closer to God. That means we should be ready to give up everything in this world to get Krishna. So, in order to get closer to Krishna, we can truly and to find true love, the supreme love, I need to give up everything unnecessarily in this world. That is the point. People, they seek for love, but at the same time, they want to enjoy in this world, which is not possible. Like another, we tell the people, like, you have everything in this world and nobody loves you, or you have nothing in this world and everybody loves you. What people say, we want both. We want everything also and people. No. But it is not possible. Even the Bible also it is said, you cannot serve two masters simultaneously. Krishna says, if you want to find love, you have to give up some things in this world. And to the degree how much we have to give up, that is shown by Vasudev. How much you have to give up from this world is what Vasudev is showing. Vasudev says, I want to get to the end of my love. I want to reach Krishna. I do not want to leave anything that is blocking me to come closer to Krishna. This is what is Vasudev's degree of sacrifice. That is the reason Krishna chose Vasudev to appear in this world. And when a person acquires such a pure state of consciousness, please understand, this is a nice point. As soon as we are ready to give up things of this world, we already become happy. For Krishna, I am ready to give, immediately you become happy. And this happens for many devotees who join ashram. As soon as they come into ashram, they get certain some sort of great bliss in the heart initially, because they felt I have given up so much, I got liberated. That is one thing. But another thing is that the pleasure that, oh, I'm getting Krishna now because I have given up. So that gives such a great joy. And that moment Krishna enters into the heart of Vasudev when he decided, yes, for Krishna's sake, I'm ready to give up everything. And he experiences limitless happiness. This is, even though there is a pain that his first child is going to die in front of him, but he was also experiencing limitless pain. People have a wrong understanding of love in this world. That is a problem. People usually think, I need pleasure, I don't need love, but it is not true. And both are not possible at a time. That's what Chaitanya Charitamrita says. That love is like gold and lust is like iron. Both cannot be possible. So Vasudev, he could attract Krishna because he is ready to sacrifice. This is the first point. And if a person is fond of pure gold, he becomes eternally happy. This is another important point, that law means eternity. If we are if we are having lust in this world, we are already born to die. Lust means we are born to die. But we want to break this cycle. We don't want to die. Then what? If a person finds love, he is already eternal. He did not wait to die. He already became eternal. And because love means eternity. That's what we discussed in the beginning. Now I will just tell some story also, because I have sufficiently given some philosophy. Yes, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranams. Prabhuji, when you're talking about love, that is, love means actually a relationship and it means two or many. That means the relationship between many people. And because we are sentient beings, are we actually giving up anything altogether? Because even when you're saying renouncement, like even when you go and stay in the brahmachari ashram, you have given up a relationship with family and friends and other material people. But Prabhuji, even in Krishna consciousness, there is a kind of give and take with Krishna in the center. So basically, you're transforming lust to love, but is it really giving up? Are you giving up actually anything? Relationships are still there, no problem.
Relationships are there. We continue to have relationship, but what we are giving up is the desire to enjoy. That is what is given up. I am saying when coming ashram, we are giving up the desire to enjoy in this material world, and I want to sacrifice for Krishna. I am ready to sacrifice. I have nice career. I had my own office and other things, nice facilities. I am giving up all of them and taking a simple life because I want to get Krishna. So we are not sacrificing in terms of the relation. We are sacrificing the sense gratification, the desire to enjoy in this world. That is what is makes us come closer to Krishna. You can still have a relationship, but that relationships you want to be you want to start from Krishna as the center, and based on Krishna as the center, you want to continue the relationship. Now, the relationship what people have is selfish relationship. They want to have relationship because that relationship will benefit them. There is a difference. But when we come in Krishna consciousness, the relationship is that will help me become closer to Krishna, or it should be Krishna centered relationship because these people are given to me by Krishna. I had to serve them for pleasure of Krishna. So that is the difference. Krishna gave me wife, Krishna gave me husband, Krishna gave me children. Now for the pleasure of Krishna, I'll do it. Now you are starting your life with Krishna. But in previously, it was, oh, I need all this relationship because that will give me pleasure, that will give me security, that will give me some protection. So that was the motivation. So that is love, one is lust.
Prabhuji, another question. See, actually, when you're talking about love with Krishna in the center, maybe we are trying in the sense, as devotees or practicing devotees, we are trying. But the reciprocation may or may not be there. So, all the time, it cannot be giving alone. In the sense, there is a slight expectation also within relationships. So, how do we deal with that, Prabhu? Because when you're sacrificing, it's like, you can only give that which you actually have. So, also to the degree that you actually have. So, how do we completely sacrifice? Is my question.
Yeah, we have to learn because what happens, expectation is because of lust in intelligence. In the lust in intelligence, it manifests because Krishna told in Bhagavad Gita, lust is there in our senses, lust is there in our mind, lust is there in our manas, buddhi, and indriya, all the three places, senses, manas, and buddhi. Now, the lust in our buddhi, that is actually what is manifested as expectations. And when we are free from that lust, then only we can selflessly serve. And that is the reason we have to purify our buddhi. And buddhi can be purified when we regularly hear and read Shastras. That will help us to clean our buddhi and make us selfless. Then that is not a problem to serve. Now, initially, because we are conditioned with, we have this lust in our buddhi. Initially, when there is any relationship between boy and girl, they experience great pleasure because they don't expect anything from each other. But eventually, that relationship becomes after 3 days to 3 months, sometimes 3 minutes to 3 months is the what is the duration that is calculated. After that, what happens? They start expecting from each other because the lust in their buddhi that starts coming out. Initially, it was pure only. They really had some sort of love because Krishna manifests there because there is selflessness. But as soon as because we don't have a pure heart, we start expecting, and that expectation is what is spoiling the relationships. It cannot remain pure. After marriage, first 3 months, there is a highest pleasure, but after that, it does not have that same because lust enters. But if a person is pure in his buddhi, he has nicely studied Shastras purified. That's the reason when we start chanting, we are purifying ourselves. When our manas is purified, buddhi is purified, then we can selflessly do. And we don't want anything from anyone. And we know they're connected to Krishna and we can selflessly serve them. And when you are serving, you experience certain type of bliss. It's not what you get from them. You yourself are feeling some happiness in service.
Prabhuji, let me put the question in this way. Like you're going to selflessly serve people, okay, in Krishna consciousness under the instructions of your guru, let us say. When you're actually giving and giving and giving, you expect some kind of transformation in the other people. That's what I was trying to say. Transformation in the sense where they are not completely devoid of lust, anger, and greed, but at least to some extent, there has to be some inner transformation. So that's what I was trying to say. Not for myself, not for, I'm not expecting a reciprocation from the other person for myself, but within that person, just because they are taken to the process of Krishna consciousness, at least to some extent, you expect that, they give up the anarthas to an extent. So that is what I was trying to say, not
Mm.
for myself anything.
Now that is also it is Krishna's way of doing it, and because that living entity, we don't know how much conditioning he has, and whatever we are doing now, we are only giving sukruti to that person, and when his heart will change, when he will change, it is up to Krishna. But what we are doing is only giving Sukruti. And one fine day he may change. And you keep investing on some people will change very fast. Some people take many, many years. Some people, after many, many years of association, then they'll feel that, oh, maybe I should become devotee of Krishna. Some people right away, when you start meeting and first meeting only, you say you chant and they start chanting 16 notes. It depends on the person Sukruti. It is not in our hand. There will be reciprocation that they will change, but it may take time for different people, different time it will take. That is what is not in our hand. Only what is in our hand is we can give Sukruti. You give Prashadam, you give things. They may not change it till end of life, and end of life they may change and become very great devotees also. That is also possible. But it takes time. We can only give Sukruti.
Okay, Baruchi, thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
We cannot change. Of course, pure devotees like Prabhupada, they could have done it. But for us, we don't have that capacity. Okay, now we'll come to the pastime. Here, Krishna, he has to appear in our heart. That means we need to do sacrifice. And what we have to sacrifice? Simple. Sacrifice the desire to enjoy in this material world. That's what Vasudeva is telling. What a person cannot give to get this. And as soon as this love appears in our, as soon as we are ready to give up, then the love appears in our heart. We become immortal. To the as long as we want to enjoy, we are going to die again and again in this material world. Death is sure. Lust is there means we are going to die. Love is there means we are eternal. That means why our acharyas are always eternal, because they have love. They can never die. They're always there because they are always, the body may in front of us it is seen, but they are eternally there with the same state because they have full love. Prabhupada is there. When you go samadhis of all the acharyas, they are still there giving their blessings. And after tomorrow, Prabhupada is also going to bless all of us. And of course, he is blessing now also. The point is, love means eternal. We have already achieved eternal state if we develop that love. If we have desire to enjoy, lust is there, we are going to die. Now, the sense of the sensation of love itself means sensation of eternity that comes with the sense. This and when a person becomes, when a person exploits, when a person tries from others, insisted, and instead of giving, he wanted to exploit people. Then I have again and again manipulated. Then it gives endless anxieties. Now, I'll not take much. Now about Devaki. So Vasudeva is ready. Now, what is Devaki's situation? Why Krishna appeared? This I have taken many times, but this is my favorite. Now, Devaki, in front of her, Kamsa is coming and ruthlessly, very mercilessly, is taking the child and smashing to the ground and killing. Now, for a mother, I cannot even understand also. For a mother, it is very, very terrible thing that her, because the child comes from the womb, mother identifies the child as theirs because it's come from the womb. 9 months she is holding it, and that will be great attachment. This is mine. And then this fellow comes and he ruthlessly murders. And for a mother, the pain is so much, then she says, no more. I don't want to have any child. Because when the second child also is killed like that, then any mother will think, why should I take so much of pain like this? No, better I don't have any children only. I cannot bear this pain. But Devaki did not do that. Devaki said, I will go through the pain. Why? Because Krishna will appear. And if I go through the pain, Krishna will appear, the whole universe will be benefited. That means she is ready to sacrifice, she is ready to go through the pain for the benefit of whole universe. Now we are celebrating Janmashtami. The credit goes to Devaki only because Krishna chooses somebody who is of that quality to appear in this world. It he does not appear from anybody and everyone. He want to see this is the quality of a person from whom I appear. And one, two, three, four, five, six children were ruthlessly murdered by Kamsa. So mercilessly. It's just it's not that he took away somewhere and no Devaki is not seeing. In front of her eyes, he's killing the children. And Devaki was ready to go through that pain. And that's why her love is very great. And Krishna says, see, I am appearing. Another thing is, if somebody takes pain for us, then only we can become devotees. Devaki took the pain. That's why Krishna is willing to appear in this world. And similarly, Prabhupada took the pain. He went all the way to America, such a advanced age, and he took so much pain. And that's the reason Krishna came all the way to West. I know he is ready to enter into all these hearts who were very sinful previously. And for us also, some devotee took that pain to give Krishna to us. That's the reason we are able to sit and chant Hare Krishna here. Somebody read Prabhupada book, somebody preached, all these things. Now, that's what Krishna is telling. Bhagavad Gita, Krishna himself explains that a person who want to take or acquire, since wants to take, he wants to enjoy constantly. That means he is putting himself in the center, not realizing that love is self-denial. When I abandon myself, when I in the center and remove I in the center and start serving somebody else. This is actually what happens. People, they don't want themselves out. Even they are doing devotion also, still they are the center. What my family will get, what my children will get, what my wife, what my husband, about my house, everything about them only whole day. That is not bhakti. Bhakti is Krishna is the center. If still I am thinking about my family, my children, my job, my things, it is not, we are in very neophyte state. We stop thinking about ourselves and start thinking about Krishna. Krishna is the center. What I am doing for Krishna today? What is the service I am doing for Krishna today? What I am going to cook for Krishna today? What I am Abhishekam dressing for Krishna today? When Krishna is the center, then we can say, okay, I have reached to some level of bhakti because I'm stopped thinking about myself. That is love, that is sacrifice. I don't want anything to myself. Everything is for Krishna. And what for me? Whatever Krishna wants. What about my family? Yes, I want family. Everything should be nice, but it is only because Krishna's sake only. That is what is a devotion. We have to give up everything. Atmajaya, Sutagara, Pashu, Dravina Bandushu, Rajye, Chavikalinktam, Virudha Mamatam Jahu. Parikshit Maharaj could give up all these things. What all things he gave? Atma, the self. Jaya means wife. Suta means children. Agara means the palaces. Pashu means his vehicles and elephants and horses. Pashu, Dravina Bandushu, all his wealth and property. Bandushu, friends and relatives. And Rajya, the unrivaled kingdom, for him. All these things he gave up. And for how he could do Virudha Mamatam Juhu, that connection is so strong. He could give up. He said, no, 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 I don't need. That's why Krishna is appearing as Bhagavatam in his heart. That is the price we need to pay. Not that we have to give up, but we have to give up the attachment. We have to give up I am as the center. We have to start putting Krishna as the center. The center should be changed. Now also, if you see how much we think about ourselves in a day and how much we start thinking about Krishna. You said, I did my chanting, I did my hearing, I did my services, but it is I only. It is still we are in the center only. That is how the problem is. That's a problem, but that's we are in the neophyte stage. That is there. When Krishna comes, then there is a difference. We should start thinking about Krishna. Did I do anything for Krishna today? Even if I did chanting, I know it is for me. I had to do it for Krishna. He is a person staying besides me, and I need to do it for him. Of course, I am also so selfish. I am trying. This is where we have to start. We start thinking about Krishna and doing him as a center and start doing things. This is what uh, they try to enjoy all the time. And the the obstacles arises and react. Then if we why if any obstacle comes in our life, we become angry. That means I want to enjoy, that's why we are getting angry. If a person is satisfies his desires, then he becomes greedy. He want to have more pleasure. This we all know. But the most important, one more nice pastime is there. I'll not take much philosophy. I'm sorry. Default setting for me. Now every devotee feels that, and they say, Prabhuji, I am doing for Krishna only. If we are doing for Krishna, then we are completely satisfied and happy. We will not, all our thought goes, how is my financial situation? How is my house situation? How is my children, wife, husband? This is all our thoughts are going on. How is Krishna and what I should do for Krishna and how to engage everything Krishna? This does not know. We want to sacrifice for Krishna, give everything for Krishna. They do chanting, reading, but ultimately it should make us stop thinking about ourselves and make us think about Krishna. We should meditate on Krishna. That's what the second canto is meant for. How to meditate on Krishna every time. Every time we should be in Krishna's consciousness. This is what is our consciousness is I conscious. We have to become Krishna conscious. The sadhana helps. Slowly, slowly, we have to come to that stage. But at least we should know theoretically that I am still thinking of myself. I am not thinking about Krishna. This see what happens now. If we are thinking about ourselves, there can be storm in a small puddle, but in an ocean it is not so easy. In the depth of ocean there is no storms. If there are storms means we are in a still puddle state, we are still selfish. But if love comes, it becomes deeper. Then there cannot be any disturbance in that heart which has love. If the person has found love, yes, then he feels, even if there is unhappiness, he will still feel happy. That's what happened to Vasudev. Vasudev is sacrificing his child. He is feeling that pain, but still, because he has found that love, inside he is experiencing that bliss. Same thing with Devaki also. Jiva Goswami said, even the children were killed. She's going through that unhappiness, but inside that pleasure is there. This is the difference for a devotee and a regular person. Prabhupada was going, his family situation was not good, his financial situation not good. He was going in distributing books in the hot sun of Delhi, and suddenly a bull comes and hits. Externally, there are so many storms, but internally, because there is deep love, he was not going through any of this pain. This is the difference. When we have that love, this happened to Pandavas. All devotees, this is a difference. What is the difference between a devotee when they are going through pain and non-devotees? There is a storm for them. For a devotee, when they are going pain, because they have love, love is like an ocean. So externally there will be something, but internally they are blissful only. This is the difference, especially like uh, in spite of despite this terrible grief that he is experiencing, for any father it is so difficult, especially first son. Despite this terrible grief that is experienced at moment, he is also experiencing greatest pleasure. This we need to understand. Devotees go through pain, but they are also parallelly experiencing pleasure. Not that they are not going through pain. Prabhupada went through heart attack, he got pain, but still he was having the greatest happiness because he's sacrificing for his love. For Krishna is going all the way to America, so he's experiencing that great pleasure. This is the secret we need to understand when we are reading Bhagavatam, the secret of deepest and most paradoxical happiness. This is there is a storm in the glass when our consciousness is very shallow. While and what happens when the storm comes? The dirt will come automatically up. We are worried, and so many. This person insulted me. This person did this to me, and I feel this, and like that. Yeah, it is very difficult. I am giving theory only. It's not my great realizations. At least we should know that this is what we need, right? Then we'll try to aspire one day, maybe one day selfless, nothing about myself. I'll whole day think of Krishna, whole day serve Krishna, whole day love Krishna, whole day I will give everything for Krishna. I'll completely sacrifice my life for Krishna. And that's what I want at the end of my life. And whole day chanting, hearing, reading, and serving Krishna. And end of life, that's what we need to do. See, after some time, we have to take retirement. We cannot just run whole life. What is retirement? Retirement means 100% for Krishna. Now we may be giving 10-20%. But one time I will retire from everything. Whole day I will chant, whole day I will read. Intensely I will do bhakti. Wake up at 2 o'clock and chant 64 rounds and do nice Lord service to the Lord, and then whole day I'll read Bhagavatam. That's what we should aspire for, that intensity, and that makes us happy. That is what is love. Like one time, Vrindavan, Durvas Muni comes. There are two stories, but this one story is there are two versions of this story. One version I will tell. And Durvas Muni comes, and Durvas Muni is very hungry person, angry and hungry. Yeah, knowing theoretically is more painful. Yes, we have to do not institutional bhakti. We have to do constitutional bhakti. From ourselves, we should feel I should do. Uh, Yeah, often in institutional bhakti, there are boundaries set for the sake of regulations and discipline, but some devotees misuse the uh, boundaries for self advantage, and in the name of regulations, stunt progress of others. What is the solution for such issues? We have to, everybody should take responsibility. They need to learn to communicate nicely, and they need to take responsibility. If these two things are done, no institution or nobody can exploit you. Exploitation is because a person is not able to understand what is needed. Second is not able to communicate. That is the person's who is getting exploited now. That is his own fault. It is very harsh to say it. Are he got exploited and you're telling your fault? Yeah, he did not express. He did not communicate. He should be very clear because he should know his need. Somebody is coming and giving me so many services, and I don't have time for my chanting, hearing, reading. I should go and communicate. See, I cannot do my hearing, chanting, reading. This is my capacity. I can do this much. Go communicate. Why to get exploited? That's the point. We need to learn to communicate. We need to know what is my capacity. I should know what are my needs. I need to communicate them properly. Not that I don't want to do service. If my authority is giving service, I say, Prabhuji, I'll do service. I don't want to run away from service, but this is my capacity. I can do this much. See, if in a week you can give 7 hours for service, you tell I will give 7 hours for service. You tell me what all things I should do in these 7 hours, or you tell I can take responsibility of two or three things. I'll completely do it. This is what I can do for. I cannot take 10 things at a time. So you understand your capacity, you understand your limits, you understand your requirements and communicate nicely. And then that's not a problem. Another question is, chat box, was there and Devaki are Nitya Siddha Bhaktas liberated? So, Prabhuji, when they come in this world, do they really feel pain, the suffering of this world, like killing or? Yes. Otherwise, there is no point in hearing. It's a drama. Then there is no pleasure in it. They really go through it. But that's what I am telling. Even though they are going, it's a paradoxical happiness. So when my heart becomes deep, I feel great happiness. Now, one story will end. What happens is Duras clear. Anybody has anything on this topic? I have very little understanding. Whatever I have little, I am trying to share. This is some small things. Like when Vrindavan, what happens? Duras Muni comes, and you know so many things about Duras Muni. Now, what happens is he began to walk around and teach people and Vedic literature. So one time he comes to Vrindavan and he meets some gopis there, and he says, "I am very hungry. I want to eat." Then they say, "Oh, very nice. We'll go home and bring so many items for you. We have endless food for you." And the gopis immediately they wanted to go. Duras Manasi said, "No, no, no, no. Hare Krishna. I'm sorry. Internet issues." So what happened is Duras Muni he he says, "Are you sure?" And she gives this clay to Duras Muni. He says, "Are you sure that this is what you're going to give me?" Yeah, yeah, yeah. No problem. You eat because you cannot just. And then Duras, she gives to Duras Muni, and all the gopis says, "No, no, eat, eat." They all laugh. And he takes and he puts in his mouth, he closes his eyes, and immediately he gets a smile. And he says, "Wow, can I get more?" And he start taking it. And he says, "How did you manage it to make it so tasty?" He ate everything. And he blesses that. "I bless you that whatever you make will be nectar." Of course, whatever she makes is already nectar only. She does not need his blessings. Now, what is the most important thing is the most important thing is that how did this become nectar? Because when we have love, then anything clay also can turn into delicious cakes. But if you don't have love, delicious cakes turns into clay. This is what is love. When a person loves, he becomes happy. He becomes absolutely, completely happy when he does not have love. No matter what tricks he does, he cannot be happy. So people who are trying to buy love, but we cannot buy love. Love is sacrifice. And another thing is, if we start loving, you can every no negative energy will affect us. We start loving everyone, no negative energy will affect. That is the point. If you have hatred, if you are envious, if you are greedy and all, then we are attracting some negative energies. When we start loving, not envious, and you are happy that everybody is happy around you, and whatever good things only you are seeing about them and you are loving them, you go to temple and look everyone, and everybody is you are seeing you start loving everybody in the temple. Such a nice thing, such a nice thing. You start feeling so blissful. There's no negative energy that is affecting. We can fight so much of negativity. I was coming in the train and there was a Christian nun. She is a director of a big hospital, and they're very. She's little middle-aged Mataji, and now they are completely against them. But uh, I had just 2 3 minutes conversation, and I some beggar came. I was giving, and but at the end she she said, "Oh, and because we cannot give prasadam, but we have to give also." So I told, "I have special sweet from Vrindavan. I was coming from Vrindavan." I said, "Special sweet from Vrindavan," and she immediately acknowledged, "Oh, you are a very kind person." Not that because I gave sweet, but the activity I did. Why? I am telling. I just acted also. It was not that I have so much love, but the way we dealt, she got impressed. Why? Because if she appreciates devotees, then she will appreciate Krishna. Then she will get Sukruti and she will make advancement. That is what was my motivation in behaving properly. That we have to give Sukruti to them because they are envious. No? And if we are positive, that we don't feel that I am superior, we don't feel that I am greater than them. We only feel we are fortunate and let them also understand, let them not hate devotees. And it worked also. That means we are attracting the positive energies. That's the point. If we start loving this, then it is what is explained here. Now, people have this experience, maybe many of you. If you have love, clay will also be cake. And if you don't have love, the most delicious cakes also will look like clay only. And if you cannot love, but we cannot fake also. Sometimes people they try to fake, they take fake jewelries. Why they take fake jewelries? Because they cannot pay for it. And people in this world want to present that they are not ready to pay the price. They go for fake things. Now, so tomorrow night, we have to do kirtan whole day and try to invite Krishna. Do for the pleasure of Krishna, and then it will be a great experience. And one time, one devotee, he was not devotee, he came new. This Bhakti Vigyan Maharaj was sharing this experience. He was in the Janmashtami festival in Russia, in Moscow, and in the night, 12 o'clock, the whole Kirtan was going for many hours, and in the at night, 12 o'clock, and there are almost 2,000 devotees, and Maharaj was walking, and one person comes and he taps Maharaj on the back, and he asks Maharaj, he came for the first time. He said, uh, "Can you please explain to me uh, why am I crying?" He came first time, he was attending it. Please explain why I'm crying. Then Maharaj said, everything is right with you. It is happening as it should happen. Don't be upset. You cry because you feel love. You cry for love. We cry because our heart became pure. And this is what we all need. We all want to purify our heart and cry for Krishna in love. And there was one So when we love, then we wake up in the morning and chant for our beloved, the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So one Mataji, she was sharing that she was very, very proud, very arrogant, and very, hmm, so many other things. And she was very proud, greedy, and angry. And she told that I'm completely like this. And I was unsatisfied, and she does not have husband, and she had so much misfortune. And she was always unhappy also. Then she came to temple, and then she saw people are repeating this Hare Krishna mantra. She used to every day come, regularly come. She was also chanting. So one day she saw staircase of the temple, which was very rusty. Then she said, "Why I should not do something for God?" And she started cleaning that staircase and made it thoroughly clean. Then after they started shining. They were looking very good. And he said that when she started living, then she felt some amazing thing happened. She said that I felt that my heart got clean and I became quiet, calm for the first time in my life after many, many years. That's what she says. And then she understood that this rusty staircase is my staircase to which will lead me to Krishna. My road to Lord will go through this rusty staircase because I came and did something here, and that's why I'm experiencing this. So when we start cleaning our heart, we can become closer to Krishna. Yeah, Chimpaklata Mata is sharing her realization. Food is also earth element which is transformed from clay only. Due to the love of Mother Earth Bhumi, it becomes edible. Wow. Nice realization. Thank you very much. Okay, I'm sorry. Janmashtami class also. My class is always philosophy only. I'm not getting stories. But there are a few more things, but we'll end here. And happy Janmashtami. Please pray for me, bless me. I'll also be in proper consciousness. I'll try to understand what I'm speaking and apply. Hare Krishna. श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, शिल प्रभुपाद की जय, कृष्ण भगवान की जय.